going to go over our golden solutions plans. Um, the the best place to start obviously would be with your agent guide and some of the training that's offered on the website, um, on the Occidental Life website, but very plain and simple product. Uh, it's final expense. Issue age is 50 to 85. Premium paying period to age 100. The minimum is going to be 2,500. The maximum is going to be 35,000 up to age 75. It drops to 20,000 when the client is 76 or older. And obviously there's a graded death benefit and a return of premium death benefit. There's a $30 policy fee that's commissionable. Um, and there's an immediate issue graded death benefit that will pay 30% of the selected face amount the first year, 70% the second year, and 100% the third year of the policy face amount. And the return of premium basically will pay return all the premiums plus 10% for 3 years if under age 65, 2 years if 65 or older. And then he pays 100% of the face amount. Simplified underwriting. Every application requires a what we call a phone interview, and you can call EMSI from Monday through Saturday. Saturdays 10 to 2. And you can call also, you can use applicaton Monday through Sunday. And you can see there are different hours, but every application must have a phone interview. Okay, and I'm not going to focus on any more of the agent guide, but as you can see, there's a lot of information within the agent guide that could be very useful for the agent. We're going to focus on the actual application. First of all, once you conduct the telephone case number, the telephone interview, this is where that's going to go. We're going to do the telephone interview, and you're going to write over here whether you did it with EMSI or applicaton and the number that you get assigned. You must have this before you submit your application. Make sure that you have your date of birth and your age, Social Security, of course, height and weight. If on the new applications, you're going to notice that you can have immediate, graded, or return of premium benefits. But this one, it says check here if the customer is willing to accept any coverage in the event that he gets declined, for example, for immediate death benefit. Then he qualifies for graded benefit. Instead of redoing the application, he would automatically be dropped to any of the other products that he qualifies for. But you must have two X's, one over here on this side and this one right here. This is whether he smokes or not. We got to mark that. The requested policy date. I always like to write over here on issue, just because it is. I'm sorry, the S is not looking pretty good, but you would write over here on issue. So there's no chance of the customer getting double drafted. Again, I always mail the policy to the insured. Okay. Another thing that you need to be watching out for, this automatic premium loan. I always tell the customer, in the event that they're unable to make the payment, they would take money from the cash accumulation, and this is what the automatic premium loan is. So you always want to mark that. It's a safety feature for your client. On final expense, you must have a physician name, you must have a doctor, you must have a number, and you must have a city and state. You must have that. Okay, so make sure that you are working with that you have that information, so that it process more faster, that it process faster. So, okay. Again, you're going to ask the medical questions. If you start seeing that the client uses oxygen equipment, that that has heart problems, heart attack, angioplasty. If you start seeing a lot of yeses, this is time that you might want to look into another application, into another company. We have a couple of other companies that would take those cases easily before they get declined. So, just try to get as much information as you can, but do your best. Again, whenever you mark the application, mark with an X, not with the check mark. If you have grandkids added on to the policy, this is a place, this is where they would go. Again, this is where the client would sign over here on this side. If they have another insurance contract, it's asking that question, then you would need to fill out a replacement form right here. So make sure you answer this. This is where the agent or agents of record go. If there's two agents split in the case, this is where they would go. Make sure that you have your numbers and your percentages of the split. Again, the customer is going to sign one time here, and it's going to require a second signature right here. Same page. Again, you want to fill in checking. You want to fill in the on issue date over here and just write on there on issue. You got to write in the transit number and the account number, financial institution. You got to put who the insured is and who the account holder is. If they're the same, you have to put the same name on both places. Okay, this is a conditional receipt. This is what your client gets after you leave the house. You put your name, the amount you collected, the date of the policy, and receive from. This disclosure for the terminal illness stays with the client. HIPAA, this is the HIPAA statement. This is where the customer would sign over here. The customer needs to sign and date it. The accelerated benefits rider for confined care. This is a great seller for this policy. That stays with the client. Over here, of course, you're going to mark with an X because it is with Occidental Life. And you're going to fill in the first part of the bank draft authorization if you have a voided check. In the event that the client does not have a voided check, then you would fill in the second part right here. And it says right here, complete only in absence of voided check. Well, if you don't have a voided check, you're going to have to complete this. The customer is going to sign right here. Again, the customer is going to sign right here, and the agent is going to sign over here so that you don't get those mixed up. The client signs on the bottom, the agent signs in the middle. Put your agent number over here, the telephone number of the branch that they bank with, and go ahead and give them a quick call, a bank manager, teller. Tell them, hey, we want to verify if this account is good, and they're going to say yes or no, and that's pretty much it on the application for your Golden Solutions. Again, go back to your agent guide, go to occidentallife.com and take that webinar, and you'll be ready to go on this one.